freedoms of the local civilian population. I commend the Ukrainian effort to keep this issue on the agenda by creating the International Crimean Platform. Lithuania respects Ukraine's European and Euro-Atlantic choice and continues to support its reforms in this troubled period. Seeking to consolidate international efforts, we have co-hosted the Ukraine Reform Conference in Vilnius this past July. Currently, we are also witnessing a worsening human rights and security situation in the Abkhazia and Skhinovary regions of Georgia. Aggressive actions of the occupying forces, such as borderization, movement restrictions, and illegal detentions, are hindering the lives of the local people. Our duty is to make the aggressor accountable. The international community may also give special attention to comprehensive settlement of Transnistrian conflict based on sovereignty and territorial integrity of Moldova within its internationally recognized borders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are being constantly reminded about the need to preserve the international rules-based order. As we have inherited it, our duty is to pass it to the next generations. We must show restraint and implement our commitments and obligations. The Open Skies Treaty, the Vienna Document, the Conventional Armed Forces in Europe Treaty, and many other agreements are crucial for building confidence in international security. The principles of sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity should prevail in the face of the new challenges. For the United Nations to remain relevant and strong, an efficient Security Council is required. Every instance of inaction by Security Council encourages aggression and threatens the multilateralism system. Lithuania therefore strongly supports the initiative of limiting the use of veto in Security Council in cases of mass atrocities, genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. To express Lithuania's strong commitment to the international human rights agenda, we are also running for a seat at the United Nations Human Rights Council for 2022-24. If elected, Lithuania will pay special attention to the protection of human rights defenders, the rights of the child, the rights of persons with disabilities, as well as human rights in conflict areas. We will continue defending the rights of women and girls, freedom of peaceful assembly and association, freedom of religion and belief, and stand up for ensuring access to information and the safety of journalists. To fulfill these promises, Lithuania will make use of experience gained by membership in various United Nations bodies. As the current president of the Executive Board of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Lithuania is engaged in international efforts to save children's lives and to defend their rights. Seeking to make a change, Lithuania has also presented its candidacy for election to the UNESCO Executive Board for 2021-25. We are ready to promote UNESCO's mission and mandate and to contribute to making the organization more efficient, responsive, and keen to find sustainable solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to turn now to the challenge of our time, climate change. The recent report of the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change has clearly stated that we have little time left for necessary decisions and real actions. Lithuania fully supports the Secretary General Antonio Guterres of the United Nations in this call for the urgent and bold steps to address the triple crisis of climate disruption, biodiversity loss and pollution destroying our planet. It is crucially important for every country to turn up at the upcoming COP26 meeting in Glasgow with most ambitious proposals. Lithuania seeks a timely transition towards a resilient and climate-neutral economy and is committed to reaching related European Union targets. The recently adopted National Climate Change Management Agenda sets goals for Lithuania to reduce emissions by 70% compared to 1990 and to become climate neutral by 2050. Wide support of society is needed for the decarbonization efforts to be effective. They must bring new major opportunities and benefits of innovative green growth, employment, higher quality of life, public health, and biodiversity. The shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy is inevitable. The real question now is who will be first to reap the benefits. Lithuania has earlier used its chances for early digital transformation, with advances in modern information and communication infrastructure, jump-starting a fast growth of digital economy. We intend to do the same with green transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have always shared one world. But only recently have we been awakened to the fact of our shared responsibility. Now we know that we have to make an effort. We must actively build our common future. The time for passive observation is gone. We do clearly need a new social contract anchored in human rights as well as a better management of our global commons. How can all of this be achieved? I believe that the way forward goes through an honest and open discussion. Our success relies on our ability to build bridges of trust among peoples and to make it work for the whole humanity. Our hopes, our brave ideas, and our individual strength should all be channeled into global efforts. Let us build our future together. Thank you very much.
On behalf of General Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Republic of Lithuania for the statement just made, and I request protocol to escort His Excellency. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Uzbekistan to introduce an address by the head of state.
Your Excellency Abdullah Shahid, President of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Your Excellency Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General, it's my distinct honor and great privilege to introduce a pre-recorded video statement of His Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev, President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, at the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly.
Distinguished Mr. Chairman Abdullah Shahid, esteemed Secretary General Antonio Guterres, dear heads of delegations, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I sincerely congratulate Mr. Antonio Guterres on his re-election as the UN Secretary General. Today, humanity is at the turning point in its path of development, and the nature of international relations is changing dramatically. The transnational threats to peace, security, and sustainable development are growing. The climate is rapidly changing. The mass migration flows are increasing and traditional values are declining. I am convinced that in such a complex environment, the importance and the role of the United Nations and its specialized agencies on a global scale is growing. It is the United Nations that must continue to play a leading role in these important processes of global destiny, with a new substance and quality. We support the Secretary General's efforts to strengthen solidarity and accord in the international